Every 100 feet, something cool. You actually start getting a little jaded. Like, every section is something awesome. These rocks, they're amazing. Well, good morning on day 3. My neighbors have all left. It's now 10 o'clock. I've had my breakfast, I've had my coffee. I got my food hung up. Still a few details to take care of. But yeah, smoke from BC has come back in. Adolphus is not a bad little site, you know. One thing about the backcountry sites is you really do feel like you're kind of, you know, I mean, Berg Lake was a circus. And it's nice. It is nice to have shelters. But yeah. I have to figure out what I want to do today. I think I've made up my mind. I think I would like to leave Coleman Glacier and Snowbird Pass for days when maybe there's no smoke. Maybe it's a little better. I'll hope for the best the next couple of days. But, I mean, Mumm Basin is basically shut down because of recent avalanche activity. So, and I can only hike up part of that, and I can only do part of Hargreaves. Well, I can do all of Hargreaves and part of Toboggan Falls. So, I figure I'll probably end up doing those again one day because I want to see all of Mumm Basin. So why not do that on a smoky day? Because I'm going to go do it again one day anyway. Coleman Glacier, good chance I'll never do that again. I mean, it's way up here. And Snowbird Pass, maybe the same thing. Snowbird Pass was number 1 on my list. But, you know, I like to wait for a nicer day. So, I believe this is the way to the Warden Cabin. Now, this is a thing about the water. I mean, it has little bits floating in it, but like this is not encouraging. You don't like seeing this. Anyway, this is not something you expect to be doing on a backpacking trail. Wiping away foam with the branch, so you don't have to step through it. Never know what you'll find on trail. This is a first for me. A weird brown foam. Well, going down the stream now. All right. Feel like now I can step through this. All right, that other one with the foam was broken, and this one's broken. So now you're not on Berg Lake Trail anymore. Now you're in Jasper National Park on the formerly patrolled North Boundary Trail. I mean, they used to patrol this all the time. Now they don't. The backcountry is not profitable, and so they cut most of the wardens out. Very sad. And so all this is slowly in decay. Bridges and everything, I mean, at some point you're gonna have to get your feet wet all day long because they'll just all be gone. But I digress. Warden cabins are always in a very nice little area. Nice views. It's always a pretty decent clearing because, I mean, the wardens would cut down trees, clear out the area so their horses could get a little bit of free food. This one looks in good shape to me. Most of them are. Most of them are in pretty decent shape, even though maybe a warden stays in this thing like 4 or 5 times a year now. You know, they don't live here anymore. I don't know if they ever lived here full time, but they patrol a lot, and I mean, they just bounce cabin to cabin to cabin. This looks pretty nice. What a wicked view. Stop, got a clear shot of that. And what do we got up here? Cool. I love it. Right beside the door is a register. I love registers. They're so awesome. It is good to see that they're taking care of this stuff. I mean, tin roofing will last a lifetime, and it's on all 4 structures, even the privy. Oh, this door is open. I'm always curious to see where little trails go off the Warden Trail, but yeah, that one even has a little flagging on it. Not sure how safe that would be anymore. Bridge out over Smoky River. Cool old sign. That's awesome. Where he chops wood. And there's plenty of wood in there. Oh, what a view this would be. It's actually not bad. Even with the smoke rolling in, it's not bad at all. Even with, yeah. That is some kind of sled. You know, you hook it up behind horses and drag it. But it's older than hell. I don't know if you could use it now. And then this is tack. Oh, it even says Adolphus tack on it. And a wash basin and a much more reliable looking ladder. And there's even a bit of a tower there. That must be for the sat phone or something. Huh. Cool. I always love checking out warden cabins. Okay, well, how long have I been gone? 20 minutes, half hour at most. And that's already built up back that much. Crazy. Well, it's 11:15. In typical style, I am pretty late getting out. My tent is sitting there. I got my food up. I got a couple things out in a hopeless bid to dry them out. Sun is out, nice and red in the smoke. And for now, I got this place to myself. First stop is I'm going to go to the Mumm Basin Trail, which starts at a Robson Pass campground, and hike up as far as I can go. But before that even, I got to hike around Adolphus Lake. Well, here's a different shot of Adolphus. Little side trail. This is really the only time I've seen any way to come down to Adolphus from the trail. And someone has decided that this is not a bad place to have a fire and camp. And I tend to agree. It's even a little bit of a water source down here. I think this is one of the places where I saw the please don't camp here sign. So, yeah, maybe this is why. Yeah. This is not the way I came from the trail, but Keep walking up here. Oh yeah, there it is. Hiking around this lake again and again is going to be sort of a pain. So, but that's the price of doing last minute booking. Well, that's 2 hikes around Adolphus complete. I have many, many more on this trip. If you're doing the Berg Lake deal, I mean, there's a lot of amazing day hikes from Berg Lake. But if you want to come down and check out this lake, it's very easy hiking. I mean, if you're at the end of a day, you've already done like 10 kilometers, but you got hours left. Just wander down here. 0 elevation change. Nice. It's like a road. I still don't understand how this path is like a road when vehicles just can't get back here. I guess maybe there is a bunch of foot traffic from Berg Lake. Who knows? But here it is, and the lake is nothing spectacular, but it's cool. Robson Pass Campground. Let's see how far we can go up here. Well, it's pretty much a straight elevation, like I thought, like I knew it would be. I ran into the ranger. We're doing some work down there, and him and a girl that are working on the trail told me it was beautiful up here. So I was thinking about turning around, going back, wondering if I should just leave this for another day, another trip. But they sold me. Sadly, it is still closed, the route across. But they said it was beautiful and a good bang for your buck on a smoky day. So, all right then. But there's still a ways before I get out of the trees, according to my map. Anyway, my app. I'm using it now. I wasn't using it all the way up to this point. Oh, I need to do more cardio. Not just for this, but I was working out a lot, and why not try and do some cardio? Stronger heart, stronger lungs. All right, I want to hike with my trekking poles, so that's enough trail. Having a little break. Funny thing with my phone is that it has no service, and yet when I went over, now that I'm back over here, I've gained an hour again. So it's 11 o'clock now. Now I left Adolphus at 11:15, so I know it's not 11 o'clock that time. It's noon that time. So even with no service, my phone still switches the hours. So my time on my phone is going to be switching back and forth, back and forth, back and forth while I'm out here. I don't know how it does that with no service. I guess it's GPS. Well, I'm already starting to rethink my plans a little bit. Just trying to do Mumm Basin. I've already done 226 meters of elevation change. Pretty much straight uphill. Well, not straight, but all climb. Ugh, sweat in my eyes. And I still have 200 to go. So doing this and then heading all the way back down and then heading over to just after, I don't even know, Marmot Campground, I think. And then going up that one and then coming back down, it's a lot. I have to make this climb twice, basically. So we'll see. I mean, this is a lot of work. 400 meters, that's 1,200 feet. I know I'm day hiking, but yeah. Well, I'll take my time. I'll take lots of rests. It's hard to do that. Beginning of a day, you want to get things done. It's hard to rest a lot. But yeah, we'll see how this goes. Maybe that other loop will be for another day. I say that now, but you know, I have a lot of hours left in the day, so we'll see what happens. Well, I'm starting to get some views. Not that not that you'll see them, because it just looks like white, but I can see Berg Lake down there and the river, and over there on the other side of those trees I can see stuff, but I can see kind of a silhouette of a mountain in here. Mount Robson's completely toast. This is the chance I took. I knew I was coming out here and I might get smoke. Yesterday was smoke free for the most part. I'm grateful. With some luck, I will get another day or two of clear, but who knows? It could be just smoky like this the whole way. Well, I wanted to come out and do this stuff. It just means that I'm gonna have to do over at some point. And considering that this Mumm Basin is partially closed, I have to come do it again anyway, because I'm a trail junkie and I like doing trails, so I like having them all checked off. Well, down there, that is Adolphus Lake. This is pretty cool. Even in the smoke, it's cool. There's supposed to be a marker for the Alberta border, but I don't see one, and I obviously can't go any farther west, and now the trail goes that way, so I haven't found it yet, if it's here at all. Just because it says there's a marker doesn't mean there is one. Could be old. Safe to say that I'm in the basin. This is wicked. The trail gets nice and flat for a little while. That's a very nice relief. And it's getting windy. Took my jacket off earlier. I think I'll be donning that again once I cool off. Yeah, some great scrambling that you could do in here. This is pretty cool. There is a lake that is feeding this that you can get up to just by following this guy. I am kind of considering it. I saw some taping up there. I think that's as far as I'm allowed to go. We'll see. I'm already considering not doing Hargreaves. So, in that case, I would have energy to go up and do that one. See what happens. Well, here we go. I reached it. Well, Mr. Ranger, sir, I would like to see the slide, which means that I would just climb up to there. Promise I won't go any further. Okay, so I don't want to set a bad example. I'm on the other side of the tape. I just wanted to see this. This part doesn't seem to be too affected because I still see the trail and I still see cairns. But yeah, I don't know. You'd have to. It's too bad I can't see this a little more clearer. You can see what it used to look like before all the slide. The trail is still fine down there. Huh. Well, I'm gonna respect the park's wishes and the ranger's wishes. I'm not gonna push anything. Well, I climbed up a little ways. This is not it. This is just some little lakelet. But it's up there. I mean, it could be even higher than that. And that's a climb, all right. I don't think I want to spend all that energy. So this is as far as I'll go, as far as off-trailing. I off-trailed, but I tried to stay on rocks as much as I could because these plants have enough of a fight trying to grow up here. And it would be nice if future generations had something to look at aside from a bunch of dirt because of all the trampling. So hang out a little while. I'll head back down. Well, I'm back here again. I'm on my way down. This corner has a fantastic rock for resting, so if you got to this corner, you mostly whooped Mumm Basin. It does go up a bit farther up there, but you essentially reach the basin. No more steep through the woods hiking. I'll have to come back. Like, this is outstanding. Just without, you know, the smoke that only lets me see a couple of kilometers at most. Can't see Robson, can't see the mountains, can't really see Berg. Not very well anyway. I can see the lake a bit. But yeah, I'll be back when they reopen the loop, then I can just do the loop, because that would have been 1,000 times easier. Then now I gotta head back down that steep trail, and then see how I feel, and then maybe head over and do the Hargreaves loop. I mean, doing them both separately is a lot more work, that's for damn sure. I never did find the Alberta BC marker. On my way down here, I'll keep a good lookout for it. It's supposed to be a few steps off the trail, so maybe I was just had the tunnel vision. Oh well, well. So there's the trail. Look at this. I was just cruising up this thing, trying to get it done. Here we go. So it is down in the trees. Cool. Someone put a rock on top of it. This one has way less people carving their names into it than the one down there does. But there's still some. Want to see a mean looking plant? Yikes. You make sure you give that bad boy a space. A lot of downhill, of course, now. Hard on the knees. One thing about these trails, you know, it used to be just, I mean, especially if you look at that information board I found yesterday from the old days, it used to be just trail up to Toboggan Lake from Berg Lake, or Toboggan Falls, I should say. But these trails here, Mumm Basin and Hargreaves, were just developed from people wanting to scramble up and see this stuff, which is awesome. And then finally, in the 80s, park rangers and such strung all the trails together that people had kind of made with cairns and trail markers and made it official. Pretty cool, really. Well, this is the old trail here, the old crossing. And this is the work that the ranger just finished doing. He's got an axe. He's chopped out a few things, and they got a nice new bridge. That's pretty cool. I met him on, they were heading up after they finished this work. Good for them. It's nice to see some trail work happening. Well, I'm back. I'm having a protein bar. That was a long descent. See how my knees feel after a nice rest. It's now 2 o'clock. I know I could go do Hargreaves Glacier, but should I? You know, I want to do Coleman Glacier and Snowbird Pass in the next 2 days, and then I have to hike out of here, so should I go put my knees through that? I don't know. Most likely I am going to go and do it, but deserves at least a little consideration. I think to nobody's surprise, including my own, I'm now headed off to do Hargreaves. Smoke really is a shame, but you know, there's no reason to believe that it's going to go away. It could be like this the rest of my trip, so I'll just be grateful for the clear day I had yesterday. Yeah, and hope for better. What can you do? Not about to cancel my backpack trip because of a little smoke. Well, I've successfully reached This is going to be the end of my loop. I still have to hike over there. Man, what did I get myself into? I did not sign up for any easy day hikes, that's for sure. Be thankful for what you have, you know. I've been told that there's been a couple of days where you couldn't even see the glacier. It was that smoky. And that glacier is magnificent. Well, here we go. Smart or stupid, it's happening. Only got 150 feet, but already there's some decent views from this trail. Mumm Basin was just all trees for quite a while. Cool. You're a new one. Can't even turn it over to get a shot of it. It just has a number. Trail's over there. Well, I've gotten this far. I'm gonna take a break now. That's the way I need to keep going in order to do the loop. Oh, it's coming. I remind myself I'm doing a hard, doing a hard climb. What the hell? This would take forever to build. Who built it? Who decided to come sleep up here? It's the only thing I can think of. Wow. Well, looks like I can climb up a little higher, but yeah. I'm gonna sneak down a little bit, maybe that'll help the wind. Hargreaves Lake, and over there the Glacier, and of course, can't see much of that today. Woo! And then up there. Where's a zip line when you need one? Not bad, not bad. You gotta appreciate what you're given. Almost done. The climbing, I believe. Right now I'm hiking from Hargreaves Glacier over to the Toboggan Falls / cave route. But apparently then there is, like after I'm done climbing, then there's a 60-meter up and down. PUD, pointless up and down. So that's no fun, but oh well. Oh, I have done a lot of climbing today. Twice I've climbed high over this lake. Well, the trail goes into the bush for a bit. I don't mind losing the view because there isn't one. And I don't mind because it blocks off the wind a little bit, which was giving me pretty good. And at one point there I was climbing steeply and then the wind was hitting me in the face, so that doesn't make it any easier. It's actually a nice change though. That's unbelievable. That I would think going into the forest is a nice change. Berg Lake Trail is so much open, you know, lakes and stuff. I mean, I've done trails where I've been in trees 90% of the time for 100 kilometers. Who'd have thought I would think it would be nice to be back in the trees? Well, just wanted to show that there is an awesome view from here. Now that I've finally broken out of the trees a little bit. Not one tree down, nothing. I have not climbed over one single stinking tree. Having a ranger up here, warden, whatever they call them, It rules. It's so awesome. I wish Jasper National Park still had wardens that roam the backcountry. Like, this just rocks. There's nothing. 3 days of hiking. I've not climbed over a single tree. I haven't finished today, but still, it's unbelievable. I mean, they are just out here. Chainsaws. You know, ready to rock and roll. Done. Crazy. Toboggan Creek. Look at this pure blue water. This is awesome. It is so clear. I'm pulling water out of here. That is just awesome. Like, look at it. I happily made a mistake. It's 60 meters down, but only 60 meters back up if I go on to Mumm Basin, which I'm not going to do, so that suits me just fine. And to stop here and have a nice break. There's no better place than this. Well, here we go. This is the four-way intersection. Appears that I saw all of Mumm Basin that I could, and there's no going to the cave today. I'll have to redo this one day. That day is not today. And I hope one day they rebuild the trail going over to Mumm Basin, because I'm sure it's covered in rocks. I'm not sure if that's Toboggan Falls or not, but I think it's neat how the water shoots up like that. Over here we have ourselves a little bench showing me what would be an amazing view. And why not? I haven't gone very far since I took a break at the creek, but what, am I in a hurry? There goes the red sun. Sun looks like Mars on a day like today. All that smoke. Oh yeah, that's awesome. Apparently this isn't even Toboggan Falls. I like it though. This is pretty delightful. Maybe this little chute here is a toboggan. I don't see any sign though. I think it'd be signed. This is the hike you do on a smoky day. This is delightful. This is so cool. Oh yeah. This reminds me of Beauty Creek. Like every 50 feet, 100 feet, there's something new to see. This isn't even where the, this is just an old route for the creek. That's where the creek goes now. God almighty. This is fun. Maybe that's it. That looks awesome. That's cool. Jesus, this is quickly becoming the highlight of my day. And I've seen a lot of crazy stuff today. There's where I believe the Toboggan Falls name comes from. Well, getting over here is a little dangerous. I'm sure they would advise not to do it. Sometimes it's worth it, man. Hello, toboggan. Smokes into that rock. This is where I'm hanging out for a bit. Every 100 feet, something cool. You actually start getting a little jaded. Like, every section is something awesome. These rocks, they're amazing. Well, sadly, the trail has gone away from that awesome creek. What I would recommend for doing all the stuff I tried to do today, assuming the cave and Mumm Basin reopen at some point, I would recommend you start at Berg Lake and climb this trail all the way up past all this awesome stuff, and then all the way up to the cave, and then just head all the way back down. That's one day. If you're really crazy, you know, the me type crazy, then you would go over to either end of the loop, and then you could hike the Mumm Basin Hargreaves Glacier loop, and you haven't missed anything. You've seen all the cool stuff. Because it's all worth seeing, man. I mean, if I had not had smoke today, I would have seen amazing panoramic Mount Robson Glacier, Berg Glacier. I had seen some amazing stuff. As it stands, it's going to be another day. But yeah, that's how I would recommend doing it. So worth it. The Mumm Basin descent there's nothing special about it. Hargreaves, as you go down, you're seeing Berg Lake again and again and again. So I think that would be a more interesting descent. That's my opinion. So there you go. If you wanted to do that climb only once, that'd be the way to do it. That'd be a big long day, of course. Back again. I licked you. Well, I found an old piece of the Berg Lake Trail. The current trail is rerouted down into the flats with a whole bunch of bridges and stuff. And it was obvious that this was an old one. You know, it kept going on the mainland, so I decided to hike on it. And it's nothing but a troublemaker at this point. This is more what I'm used to. It's going in, I'm sweeping by stuff, right? I don't know how long it's been, 20 years? Since there was care given to this one. I had to actually crawl underneath the tree at one point. There's the trail. If people saw me up here right now, they'd be like, what the frick are you doing? This is in between Berg Lake and the next one. I'm not even sure what the next one is. I believe it's Rearguard. Well, that's the trail now. I went through Rearguard and you know, the trail kind of goes down here, and you can clearly see there's a little bridge left over from God knows when. Stepping stone bridge. I just had a convo with people who were attempting Robson. Mount Robson. Like, that's just nuts. Nuts in my book. Oh, that was risky doing that without my poles. And they couldn't do it, you know. The day that it was sunny, that would have been my second day out here. They figured it was too much, but they went and did Resplendent, which is in behind it. That is just crazy, man. My hat's off to those guys. That's just messed up awesome. Yeah. Like, damn. Well, appears I'm following the right way. Here's another stone rock hopper. This one's easier. Yeah, I think this was the old Berg Lake Trail because the evidence is here. It's going to bring me over there, back to the actual trail now, the new trail. Well, I'm at this bench that's at the Berg Lake Ranger Station. It's getting late in the day. I've really got to start getting back. What a crazy day. Holy I just stopped myself from saying the S word. I try not to swear too much for you YouTubers. Insane. What a crazy day. And I got 2 more crazy day hikes planned. Man. Tomorrow is supposed to rain now, and that sucks. Apparently there's a boatload of new fires too in BC, so the last time it rained, day 1 when I was walking, the next day, sunshine. The rain cleared away all the smoke. So tomorrow rain, maybe the next day sunshine, I go to Snowbird Pass. That would be awesome. But yeah, the smoke is here to stay. What do you do? C'est la vie. Well, it's the helicopter landing pad. Wasn't sure what to expect. Why there's a huge pile of rocks, I'm not exactly sure. I guess the pilot is supposed to just use that for a marker, and then he knows that he can kind of land in there and there. I'm not sure if he wants to land on the rocks or on the weeds over there. I thought this was a garbage can, but it seemed to say like food on it or something. Bag storage, no trash. Okay. All right. That should be the last bit of adventure for today. Man, the adventure hunger is just unquenchable. Geez, I just start walking into my camp and there's this big ass porcupine wandering around in there. I hope he didn't steal anything of mine. Looks like I got the place to myself tonight. That's why I don't leave your shoes out, as those porcupines, I'll get them. You bring the smoke, and you get the privacy. Because people don't want to walk 25 kilometers to experience Berg Lake in the smoke. So that's why I always button everything up, because a porcupine will take anything salty, namely shoes. They are famous for, you leave your hiking boots outside your tent at night, they will walk off of them. The water source here at Adolphus, this morning it was nice and clear. Now, a little silty. This stuff is for cooking. I'm gonna have to boil all of it. Yeah, so there's something to take note of. That's the only water source within quite a ways, actually. The other ones, who knows if they're any better. Well, there ain't much else to say. I think this looks even darker than it is on camera. Busy, busy day. I ate. Got my food hung up, everything's ready to rock. Got my knees and my feet into the stream over there. Got them good and frozen up. Hopefully that'll help for tomorrow. That's right, I gotta get some vitamin I in me before I go to bed. Anyway, Good night. Tomorrow, Coleman Glacier.